Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a while, haven't seen you since last year, but I needed to talk about this Logan Paul thing because this is just the most insane thing I've seen on YouTube in a while. I haven't been following YouTube drama like at all lately, but Coffeezilla, I'm not gonna lie, that guy's making some Netflix quality documentaries. There's a reason he's been seen on Netflix, alright? And this Logan Paul situation is just something I gotta talk about. So if you've been living under a rock like Patrick Star and you're not exactly sure what I'm talking about, basically a year or two ago, Logan Paul came out and said he was going to do this huge NFT project that was going to be groundbreaking. He invested $1 million into development. He had this whole team with him that was helping him. And a lot of people in the hype of crypto, or like not knowing that you shouldn't invest your money with an influencer with the last name Paul or just an influencer in general, a bunch of people decided to invest a bunch of money into this thinking they were going to get rich. Or even if they didn't think they were going to get rich, they thought they were going to get a product. A game was going to be released with these NFTs. And sure enough, time goes on. It gets released in like a broken state, nothing ever gets updated, and Logan Paul just kind of stops pretending it exists. And a lot of the team had kind of pump and dumped the crypto, which is when you inflate the price and then sell it to a bunch of unsuspecting people that don't know it's artificially inflated. And a bunch of people lost a ton of money, a bunch of people on the development team made a bunch of money, and so it wasn't a very good situation. And to once again clarify something, Logan Paul, as far as everyone is aware of right now, didn't really profit from this. He never sold his tokens, but a lot of the people on his development team ended up scamming a lot of his friends, and then he just kind of pretended it didn't exist. And so Coffeezilla spent a year making this video about how, like, hey, this is what happened, this is everyone that was involved, this is what went down. And honestly, it was a really good documentary. And I thought Logan Paul's response would have been like, you know, obviously my team was doing a lot of the scam stuff. I didn't sell my tokens. I'm going to refund everybody and give them their money back. I thought that's the way it was going to go. Because truthfully, the documentary didn't make Logan Paul seem like an evil genius. It made him seem like someone who just got in way over his head and knew nothing about what he was doing and then took a bunch of people's money. So maybe that is an evil genius, but you get what I'm saying. The documentary painted it out to be a little bit more stupidity than it was being an evil mastermind of how he got into this situation. But this guy has managed to just have the worst responses you could have ever possibly had to this particular situation. Instead of coming out and accepting the fact that, like, look, my team was very wrong for this job. I should have never, ever hired people that I did to take care of people's money. Like, the entire project was a failure, and I'm so sorry to my fans that lost their money. Instead of doing that, which would have been a fine response. I mean, I don't know if it makes everything whole again, but just kind of accept responsibility and say you're going to make things right. That's all you can really do at this point. Instead, he decides to come out and start trying to come for Coffeezilla's character. And I don't know Coffeezilla, bro. I've never got coffee with the guy. I don't know him literally at all. I think to insinuate you know someone's character from a YouTube video, like if you've never met them before, is silly. But he doesn't strike me as someone that's got no character. Like, he's always trying to investigate financial scams and figure out what's going on and make victims whole. So I don't know. He doesn't really strike me like that, but he kind of insinuates that Coffeezilla is somehow a scumbag, which is a weird response. And on top of that, what I was thinking when he's like, oh, Coffeezilla used to work for law enforcement but had to leave, and like, how do we know what his motives are? Even if Coffeezilla has bad motives, which I don't think he does, but let's just pretend for a moment that Coffeezilla is secretly the evil prince from Elsa's Frozen or whatever. Even if he is evil, it doesn't change the fact that you still are responsible for this crypto project that took millions of dollars from people and then didn't deliver the product. Like, even if Coffeezilla is an evil man, it doesn't change the fact that you still kind of owe your fans something because they put up all their hard-earned money into a project you promised was going to go places and then just never talked about again. And obviously, I think there's something to be said for Logan Paul suddenly typing in the CryptoZoo Discord and trying to say that the project was never dead. We've been working on it the whole time. Can I prove that, like, that's technically not true? But what are the odds that he's abandoned it for a year, close to 2 years, whatever it was, and then all of a sudden, as soon as he's called out for abandoning the project and it being a scam, his response is, we've secretly been working on it all along. So therefore, it doesn't count, like this expose, because I've been secretly working on it the entire time. Well, then why wouldn't you have updated all these investors? Why not not take a second to type in the Discord, hey guys, I know you're pissed because you've lost tens of thousands of dollars. Some people have lost hundreds of thousands, but we're still working on it. There's a lot of legal stuff going on. We can't get too into it, but we're working on it. I think it's weird that you didn't provide anyone that update until after this came out. And usually I just don't even care about YouTube drama anymore. Like, I don't watch an absolute crap ton of YouTube like I used to, but this one caught my attention just because of the financial aspect of it and the fact that crypto rug pulls are something that I've always thought is interesting that people fall for. And like, I'm not blaming the people that fall for them. If you don't know a ton about financial products and how they work, it's probably pretty easy to think that Logan Paul is going to be on the hype train. But the one thing that did concern me about this documentary is the fact that there's people out there that have hundreds of thousands of dollars of investable income. Like, some of these people lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So they're clearly doing well for themselves. They have all this money and they're sitting around, and instead of being like, hey, I'm going to get some stocks, I'm going to buy some real estate, even if you're a big crypto guy, why would you invest all of that money in a crypto project headed by Logan Paul? Like, the last 5 minutes I was just saying I don't think he should have scammed his fans. He should definitely refund them. But I do kind of have to make fun of the people that thought that putting like $70,000 in a CryptoZoo project by Logan Paul was a great idea. Goodness gracious, man. Some people just have too much money on their hands. That's what I think. Logan Paul shouldn't have scammed him. He shouldn't have hired the team that scammed him. But you're an idiot if you put your life savings into a crypto project headed by Logan Paul. Like, it can go both ways. I can think you deserve your money back, but damn, you're an idiot for losing that money that way in the first place. I just think crypto at this point is it's gonna go into a pretty deep depression for a while, just because scams are so rampant. Like, which one is more common at this point, truthfully? You hearing about a crypto exchange going bankrupt or a coin being a scam and everyone losing their money? Or the stories that we were hearing about, like, I made $15 million in 30 days with Bitcoin? Like, at this point, I feel like I hear way more about all the shady stuff going on than I do about any positive news. And maybe that's because the price has been down, and unless you had some puts on Bitcoin, I don't think you're doing too hot. And I know this series technically released in 2022, but I feel like 2023 is really gearing up to be like the year of the scammer, bro. I mean, between FTX at the end of last year, this big thing going on right now, all the other crypto stuff going on, like, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the big stories for the rest of this year, it's only the 6th day in, are about like scamming and people doing money things with crypto and like promoting things they shouldn't be. Whether that's influencer or not, I just mean in general. Like, we literally just had one of the biggest frauds of all time, FTX, the giant collapse of the multi-billion-dollar organization. That's not something that happens every day. The YouTube drama of the year so far involves a giant influencer scamming, or he didn't scam, but his team and project scamming millions of dollars from people. And that's one more thing that I think Logan Paul seems to have difficulty understanding currently, is like, look, even if you didn't make money, all of the people that sold those coins did take money from your fans. And if you were in charge of the operation and hired the people who then went on to scam your fans, are you like legally responsible? Are you going to go to jail? No, you didn't sell the coins. You had nothing to do with that. But do you kind of have an obligation to your fans to make it right because they wouldn't have had access to your fans' money in the first place? He thinks no, but I do think there might be a little bit of, all right, dude, if you are the reason this project exists and then everyone you hire scams everyone, like, you kind of do have an obligation to at least do something, at least apologize, at least feel bad. Every apology he's done so far is like, this is not my fault and Coffeezilla is a loser. Like, it's just been so funny. Just a general rule of thumb for everyone watching this, dude. Don't invest money with someone that is making YouTube videos telling you that you should invest money with them or that their project is awesome. Because I'm just saying, I feel like people that are really good at multiplying money, quadrupling money, they don't need to go like crowdfund on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone is really the greatest investor of all time, they're talking to banks, they're talking to people with a crap ton of money. They're not like, hey, I'm trying to crowdfund from 9,000 people that are my subscribers. It just doesn't really work like that. And, maybe there's some very outlier examples that I can't think of, but for the most part, keep your entertainment and finances kind of separate. And I do love to watch some financial YouTubers. But if they say something interesting I want to learn more about, I go out of my way to learn more about it. I'm not just like, I'm going to do exactly what the guy on the YouTube video said. I've learned a lot about a lot of concepts from financial videos on YouTube that I've then gone and like learned more about. But the idea that you should just trust what somebody says on a YouTube video and then put your hard-earned money behind it is just not a good idea, guys. You work hard for your money. You do. You shouldn't just give it to people on the internet who are like, hey, look at my dink doink. Like, what are you talking about? Overall, this drama's just it's been interesting. I don't know. I haven't made one of these types of videos in a while. I just wanted to talk about this one because the money aspect is crazy to me. I might be posting more on this channel this year. I might not. Who knows? It kind of depends on what goes down. Either way, if you did enjoy the video, I'd really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments section down below. And of course, you should subscribe if you're new and turn on those notifications. And yeah, on that note, guys, that'll really do it. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.